kalahating bilyon ang allegedly na nakurap noon ng opisina ng DepEd under the supervision ni VP Sara. She's facing bribery, plunder, perjury, at iba pang mga kaso. Filipinos are waiting for the result.
Ayon sa kanila, basta-basta lang raw nila sinunod ang utos sa kanila ng ating Vice Presidente na ipasa ang confidential funds in the total amount of 612.5 million pesos, lagpas, Mr. Chair, sa kalahating bilyon sa ibang tao na siya raw na mahala at nag-disburse nito, which have been raised already by our esteemed colleagues. I wish to add perjury. Perjury can be committed orally or in writing. If it is orally, the perfect example or illustration, I believe, are misrepresentations during inquiry in aid of legislation. We often hear this: you will be committing perjury because all resource persons in inquiry in aid of legislation and even in all forms of investigation, we place them under oath. At ang lahat ng pagsisinungaling while under oath, we call it perjury. Against deliberate assertion of falsehood, and the false declaration is with regard to material fact. Mr. Chair, in the course of our investigation, the special disbursing officers, sina Ginoong Edward Fajarda at Ginang Gina Acosta, have plainly asserted na wala raw silang alam kung saang mga aktibidad ang pinaglaanan ng confidential funds. Can we please flash the certifications? Ayon sa kanila, basta-basta lang raw nila sinunod ang utos sa kanila ng ating Vice Presidente na ipasa ang confidential funds in the total amount of 612.5 million pesos, lagpas, Mr. Chair, sa kalahating bilyon sa ibang tao na siya raw na mahala at nag-disburse nito. Pagkatapos ay ipinasa lang din ng mga SDO sa COA ang mga accomplishment reports at ang mga acknowledgement receipts na ibinigay sa kanila. Pero hindi nila alam kung totoo ang nakasulat sa accomplishment reports, kung totoo or peke ang mga acknowledgement receipts, at kung saan talaga ginamit ang pera. We have witnessed this, Mr. Chair, during the interpellation of SDO Edwin Fajarda of the Department of Education, as well as SDO Gina F. Acosta of the OVP. After they testified na ipinasa nila sa mga security officer ng Vice Presidente ang pera, wala ka nang makuhang impormasyon because they kept on giving an answer. Special disbursing officers, whether the first certification is indeed correct if they simply handed the money to the security officers. The second content, yung mga pinaggastusan raw ng confidential funds ay necessary and utilized for legal purposes. Again, Mr. Chair, how will they certify to this fact when they are totally unaware about the activities where the confidential funds were allegedly spent? Third, alam raw nila na hindi napunta ang funds sa mga gastusing ipinagbabawal sa confidential funds, kagaya ng payment of salaries and wages, overtime, allowances, or fringe benefits, Mr. Chair, I wish to raise. There is one common answer coming from our SDOs. Wala silang alam dahil ang pera ay ibinigay sa mga security officers. Fourth certification, any equipment purchase was supposedly relevant to the confidential and or intelligence activities. Mr. Chair, suffice it to say that the SDOs are totally unaware of how the confidential funds were spent, primarily because they were not the one who disbursed the same. Paano po nila patututuhanan ang nilalaman ng mga certifications na ito? Certifications which were sworn to before a notary public. To emphasize, Mr. Chair, and as seen from one of the certifications, which our Secretariat is showing right now, our Vice President and SDO Acosta signed and certified this certification before the notary public, and that is Attorney Abella. Ano po ba ang sabi ng mga SDO? We all learned from the hearing on November 25 that while SDO Acosta did encash the check, according to her, wala po siyang alam kung saan napunta yung confidential funds kasi po ito ay turn over sa VP-SPG. Mr. Chair, this is totally, if not completely contradictory to the contents of the certification. It's the exact same story for Mr. Fajarda of DepEd, Mr. Chair. Sabi po nila, Ms. Acosta at Mr. Fajarda, sa ating pagdinig na hindi talaga nila alam kung saan ginastos ang pera. In other words, malay po ba nila kung napunta nga ba sa intelligence or confidential operations and activities ang pera? Malay po ba nila kung totoo yung mga pinagsasasabi na accomplishment report, liquidation report, and most importantly, certification? But they signed it, Mr. Chair. They signed them under oath. This means, Mr. Chair, that Ms. Acosta and Mr. Fajarda did not only violate the joint circular, they also lied under oath dito sa kanilang certification. They did this not just once, not just twice, but thrice for Mr. Fajarda. And for Ms. Acosta, I have to state, she did it 4 times. Paulit-ulit silang nagsinungaling sa kanilang certifications, Mr. Chair. The next offense that I wish to raise, Mr. Chair, is bribery. And we have to take this in consideration with the counter-offense, corruption of public officers. Simply stated, Mr. Chair, sa isang korupsyon or anomalya, may isang nanunuhol at may isang sinusuhulan. The offense committed by the author of corruption is Article 212, that is corruption of public officers. On the assumption, Mr. Chair, na tinanggap ang suhol, then the offense committed by the one who received the money, we call it bribery. Let us discuss first bribery, Mr. Chair. Ano ang elements ng bribery? There must be a public officer. The accused is a public officer. He received directly or through another some gift or present. The receipt was in consideration of his commission of some crime, and that relates to the exercise of his function as a public officer. Of course, kailangang ma-mention ang mga krimen ng mga nagsuhol at mga nagpasuhol. Ito po ang mga elements ng bribery. Malamang lahat ng mga tao na naimbestigahan natin ay public officials who receive amounts of not just any money, but possibly of confidential funds as well. Corruption of public officers. Siyempre, kung may mga tumatanggap ng suhol, may mga nagsusuhol. Sila naman po ay magiging liable sa krimen ng corruption of public officers. Again, Mr. Chair, for clarity, ang nanuhol ay liable sa corruption of public officers. Ang tumanggap ng suhol, they are liable for bribery. Ibig sabihin, may isang special krimen para sa nagsusuhol ng mga public officials. Tingnan po natin, parehas lamang ang penalty na ini-impose sa mga nagsusuhol at sinusuhulan as provided under Article 212. Except, of course, disqualification and suspension, because these two penalties apparently apply only to public officials. Kaya naman, ang bribery at corruption of public officers ay ang pagbibigay ng pera, regalo, o kahit anumang advantage or favor sa pamamagitan ng pag-abuso ng kanyang posisyon sa gobyerno. Kindly flash the next screen. Let's all recall what we discovered from the committee investigations. May mga empleyado sa DepEd na tumanggap ng white envelopes in the same period within the confidential funds for DepEd were released. Hindi po ba kahina-hinala yan? And you can see from the screen, OVP executive admits inamin handing cash envelopes to DepEd officials. Next slide, please. We may recall it was former USEC Gloria Mercado who first revealed to us that she received 9 envelopes with 25,000 in a span of 9 months. Ito'y ibinigay ni Sunshine Fajarda ang mga envelopes kay Yusek Mercado at sinabi na galing ito sa Vice Presidente Sara Duterte. Malinaw na ang ganitong pagkakataon ay hindi normal. Hindi normal na ang boss ay nagbibigay bigla ng sobre na may 25,000 each for 9 months to her very own head of procurement. Anyone can easily conclude that this is not merely out of generous heart of VP Duterte, but was precisely given in attempt to influence Yusek Mercado, to which she failed to do. And we may recall, Mr. Chair, during our interpellation with Yusek Gloria Mercado, she admitted believing that those envelopes were given to her to influence her decision as hope. Next slide, please. It was not a surprise when former Chairman Resty Osayas, this is our second DepEd official, he is the chairman of DepEd Bids and Awards Committee. He admitted siya rin ay nakatanggap ng sobre na may laman na pera. Again, another key official in the procurement process of the DepEd. And yet again, another act of corruption plaguing in the DepEd. Yung nauna, Mr. Chair, Yusek Mercado, she was the hope of DepEd. And this time, we have Chairman Resty Osayas, Chairman of DepEd, Bids and Awards Committee both admitted having received envelopes with money inside. Next slide, please. Of course, sino pong makakalimot sa ating Chief Accountant ng DepEd, Ms. Runa Catalan. Like former Yusek Mercado, like Mr. Usayas, Ma'am Catalan received the same number of envelopes containing the same amount of money in the same period of February to September 2023. Again, another key official in the DepEd who necessarily deals with the public funds of the DepEd was blinded by an alleged gift from VP Duterte. But it was later on revealed that she was requested by Sunshine Fajardo, the very person who handed her the envelopes, to sign the liquidation reports without its supporting documents. Again, corruption prevailed.
Sa laki ng involved na pananalapi na hinahabol kay BP Sara at iniimbestigahan, nawa ito ay masusing maimbestigahan. Ngayong ito ay nasa kamay na ng mga mambabatas. At sakaling ang mapatunayang guilty ang naturang mataas na opisyales, ang kaparusahan nawa ay maigawad alang-alang sa hustisya at ang lahat ng mga Pilipino sa buong mundo ay nakatutok dito sapagkat hindi lamang pala 125 million pesos kung hindi mahigit kalahating bilyon ang dapat imbestigahan sa kanya. Yan lamang po.